Did you know that inside your skull, there's an orchestra conductor directing every single movement you make? Welcome back to our neuroscience series. In this episode, we'll explore the intricate network of motor systems that allow us to move, interact with our environment, and engage in behaviors essential for survival. Imagine a grand symphony orchestra, each musician representing a different part of your body, each instrument a different muscle. Now picture the conductor, standing in the center, carefully coordinating each note, each movement, each action. That conductor, my friends, is your brain's motor system. From the tiniest twitch of a finger to a full-blown sprint, every movement we make is a result of the intricate workings of our motor systems. It's a complex network of nerves and muscles, working in perfect harmony to allow us to interact with the world around us. Think about it. When you reach out to pick up a cup of coffee, what's really happening? Your brain's motor system is sending signals down your spinal cord, through your nerves and into your muscles, telling them to contract and relax in just the right sequence. It's like a beautiful dance, choreographed by the brain, performed by the body. But the magic of the motor system doesn't stop there. It also plays a crucial role in behaviors essential to our survival. Ever wonder why you automatically pull your hand away from a hot surface? That's your motor system at work, responding to sensory information and executing a rapid withdrawal reflex to protect you from harm. And let's not forget the role of the motor system in our more complex actions. The graceful twirl of a ballerina, the precise stroke of a painter's brush, the complex maneuvers of a gymnast, these are all coordinated by the brain's motor system, with each movement planned and executed with precision and finesse. Now, let's delve deeper into this fascinating world of motor systems. We'll explore the key players, the motor cortex, basal ganglia, cerebellum, brainstem, and spinal cord, and we'll learn how they work together to orchestrate our movements. So next time you move, remember the maestro inside your head, tirelessly conducting the symphony of your movements. Let's meet the instruments the maestro uses to create the symphony of your movements. Imagine a grand piano. The keys are like the primary motor cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning and executing voluntary movements. Each key strikes a different note, just as each area of the motor cortex controls a different part of your body. From the tip of your fingers to the soles of your feet, every movement begins here. Next, picture a set of drums. This is akin to our basal ganglia. The basal ganglia set the rhythm and pace of our movements, helping us form habits and coordinate movement sequences. Whether you're dancing to your favorite song or simply walking down the street, the basal ganglia keep the beat. Now visualize a violinist meticulously tuning their instrument. This precision is reminiscent of the cerebellum's role in our motor system. The cerebellum fine-tunes our movements, maintains balance, and coordinates motor learning. It ensures that our movements are smooth and well-coordinated, just like a well-tuned violin produces harmonious music. In the corner, there's a conductor, directing the orchestra of your movements. This conductor represents the brainstem and spinal cord. They manage reflexes, posture, and basic motor functions. They respond to sudden changes in the music, ensuring a seamless performance. Finally, imagine the invisible pathways that connect the instruments in our orchestra, enabling them to play in harmony. These are like the corticospinal tract and other neural pathways, transmitting motor signals from the brain to the muscles. These pathways allow the music to flow, translating the maestro's commands into a symphony of movement. Each instrument in our orchestra has a unique role, yet they all work together under the guidance of our maestro, the brain. They contribute to the intricate symphony of our movements, from the simplest reflex to the most complex dance routine. With each part playing its role perfectly, the maestro inside your head creates a beautiful symphony of movements. Now that we know the instruments, let's listen to the symphony. Imagine the brain as a grand maestro conducting the symphony of our movements. The sheet music for this performance? That's our motor pathways. They are the neural highways that transmit signals from the brain to the muscles. Like a conductor waving his baton, these signals instruct our muscles when to contract, guiding us to reach for a cup of coffee or type out a text message. These pathways start from the primary motor cortex, a region of the brain that acts as the main hub for planning and executing voluntary movements. From there, the signals travel down the corticospinal tract, a major motorway that transmits instructions from the cortex to the spinal cord and then finally to our muscles. But what about complex movements like playing a piano or dancing a ballet? These require the coordination of several muscles and often involve learning new patterns of movement. This is where the brain's capacity for motor learning and plasticity comes into play. You can check out our video on neuroplasticity, brain's ability to adapt and change, if you want in-depth explanation. Coming back to topic, motor learning is the process by which the brain acquires and refines motor skills through practice and experience. Just like a novice pianist slowly mastering a piece of music, our brain learns and perfects movements over time. Each time we practice a movement, the brain fine-tunes the motor signals, making them more efficient and precise. And this isn't a one-time process. Our brain is remarkably plastic, which means it can adapt and change throughout our lives. This plasticity allows us to learn new skills, like riding a bike or knitting a scarf, even in adulthood. But it's not just about learning new skills. Our brain's ability to adapt also plays a crucial role in recovery from injury or illness. For instance, after a stroke, the brain can reorganize itself to regain lost motor functions, much like an orchestra adapting when a key player is out of tune. With each practice, the maestro perfects the symphony, making each movement smoother and more precise. So, whether you're shooting hoops, writing a letter, or simply reaching for a snack, remember, it's all part of your brain's symphony of movement. But what happens when the symphony goes wrong, you might ask? Well, let's imagine for a moment that our orchestra conductor, the motor cortex, has a bad day. The music sheets are all over the place, the instruments are out of tune, and the symphony is not quite the harmonious masterpiece it should be. This is akin to what happens in cases of Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative disorder that affects motor control. In Parkinson's disease, the substantia nigra, a vital part of our brain's orchestra, starts to lose its ability to produce dopamine, a crucial neurotransmitter or music note, if you will. This loss leads to symptoms such as tremors, rigidity, and bradykinesia, which is a fancy term for slowness of movement. Imagine our conductor trying to lead the orchestra, but the musicians can't keep up with the tempo, resulting in a chaotic performance. But it's not all doom and gloom. Understanding these motor systems and how they work allows scientists and medical professionals to develop effective treatments. For example, in stroke rehabilitation, a technique called constraint-induced movement therapy, or CIMT for short, is used. Think of it as a one-man show where the unaffected limb is constrained, encouraging the use of the affected limb. It's like telling the violinist to take a break and giving the spotlight to the underappreciated triangle player. This method has proven effective in promoting motor recovery, tuning the orchestra back into harmony. It's fascinating, isn't it? The brain's symphony, with all its complexity and sophistication, can sometimes go off-key. But with understanding and science, we can help retune the instruments, rewrite the music sheets, and guide our conductor back to leading a beautiful performance. So remember, when the symphony goes wrong, we don't just pack up the instruments and call it a day. No, we study, we learn, and we adapt. We find ways to make the music play again, to make our bodies move again. By understanding the maestro and his orchestra, we can help when the symphony goes wrong. Let's delve deeper into the world of motor rehabilitation and scientific research. We've already seen how constraint-induced movement therapy, or CIMT, can help retune the orchestra when the symphony goes wrong. But what other tools do we have in our arsenal? Let's take a look at two fascinating examples: mirror therapy and Penfield's cortical mapping studies. Firstly, mirror therapy. This therapy is like a magic trick for the brain. It's been used to alleviate phantom limb pain by providing visual feedback that mimics the movement of the intact limb. To our brain, it appears as if the missing limb is still there and moving normally. This suggests a role for visual motor feedback in motor rehabilitation. Think of it as a musician practicing in front of a mirror, perfecting the movements needed to play their instrument. By doing this, the brain is tricked into believing that the affected limb is functioning correctly, helping to alleviate pain and improve motor function. Secondly, we turn our attention to the groundbreaking research of Wilder Penfield. In the mid-20th century, Penfield used electrical stimulation to map motor and sensory functions in the human brain, providing invaluable insights into cortical organization. His work is like a detailed map of the brain's orchestra, showing exactly which areas are responsible for different movements and sensations. This has been instrumental in guiding neurosurgical procedures and has paved the way for a better understanding of the brain's motor systems. These case studies and researches not only provide us with a deeper understanding of the brain's motor systems, but also pave the way for innovative treatments and procedures. So even when the symphony goes wrong, we have the tools to help our maestro get back on track and lead the orchestra once again. The maestro's work doesn't just end with conducting the symphony. In our case, the maestro, our brain, leaves behind a legacy that continues to enlighten and inspire. It's not just about coordinating our body's movements, but also about enhancing our understanding of motor systems. Imagine a world where we can tap into the brain's motor systems to revolutionize technology. That's not science fiction anymore. It's the reality we're inching towards every day, thanks to the maestro's legacy. It's a legacy that's helping us unlock the secrets of robotics, prosthetics, and even artificial intelligence. Let's start with robotics. Understanding the brain's motor systems is like having the ultimate blueprint for creating robots. It provides us with insights into how we can develop robots that mimic human movements. This is incredibly useful in industries like manufacturing, where robots can take on the heavy lifting, or in healthcare, where they can assist with surgeries or patient care. Then we have prosthetics. The maestro's legacy is enabling us to create prosthetic limbs that can be controlled by the brain, just like a natural limb. Imagine losing a limb and then being able to walk, run, or even play the piano again. That's the power of understanding motor systems. And let's not forget artificial intelligence. By studying how the brain learns and adapts movements, we can create AI systems that learn in a similar way. This could lead to advancements in everything from self-driving cars to virtual assistants. But it's not just about the future of technology, it's also about improving lives. Understanding motor systems can lead to better treatments for movement disorders, like Parkinson's disease, and aid in rehabilitation after a stroke or injury. It's about giving people a chance to regain control, to move, to live their lives to the fullest. So, the maestro keeps inspiring, leading to advancements that make our lives better. The brain's legacy is a fascinating journey of discovery, innovation, and hope. And that journey is far from over. As we continue this fascinating journey into the depths of the brain's legacy, let's remember that the maestro's Encore is still ongoing. The advancements we are making in understanding the brain's motor systems are not just revolutionizing technology, but are also bringing hope to millions of people around the world. From the development of robots that can mimic human movements, to the creation of prosthetic limbs controlled by the brain, the maestro's Encore is truly remarkable. As we delve into the world of artificial intelligence, the maestro's legacy is providing us with the tools to create AI systems that learn in a similar way to the human brain. This could lead to even more advancements, transforming our world in ways we can only begin to imagine. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of the maestro's Encore is its potential to improve lives. Through improved treatments for movement disorders and enhanced rehabilitation methods, the maestro's legacy is giving people the chance to regain control of their movements, to live their lives to the fullest. This is the true power of understanding motor systems. So, as we continue to explore the maestro's legacy, join us in the next episode as we explore memory and learning and how they shape our experiences and behaviors. Let's remember to celebrate the advancements we have made and look forward to the ones yet to come. And remember, the maestro's Encore is far from over. There's always more to learn, more to discover, and more to understand. We're just getting started. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. Until next time, keep exploring.